Okay, it's 9 o'clock. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Welcome to Saturday Night SQL webinar. Before we start, let me start from the community news in March. PASS has a business analytics conference in May. If you would like to attend, you can register by going visit PASS website. I think they have a link over there. If you couldn't find that information, you can always email me. PASS also has many virtual chapters. You're welcome to join any or all of them. And this is our virtual chapter, Saturday Night SQL. You're welcome to join us. The membership is free. Every month, PASS has virtual chapters has different kind of webinars, and you can choose any one of your interests. And there are some Saturday night, well, it's called SQL Saturdays. Those are very good. I highly recommend if you could join to attend any one of them. It's very informative, and also PASS needs your warrant. If you could to volunteer, you're welcome by visiting volunteer.sqlpass.org. And this is this month's virtual chapter meeting, and this is ours. And there's some more in here. Okay. Well, before I transfer the screen over, if you guys during the webinar, if you guys have any questions, please either raise your hand or you can type your question in the chat window. I will unmute you. So you can ask a question directly to Peter, or I can ask questions for you. Peter Liu is our speaker tonight. He has been working in this field for many years, and his last webinar was very well received. Okay, I'm gonna turn the screen to Peter.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter, for taking the time to presentation for us.
So I'm sharing my screen. Which screen do you see? Do you see a screen with SQL Server Management Studio, or you see with the PowerPoint slides?
PowerPoint slides. It's a yellow background.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, go this way. See that. Hey, no trouble. Challenge. People can see the screen and do this. We had this problem last time. Because I want to see this screen. I have two screens. I want to figure out which screen to share. This is not a screen I want to share.
Okay.
Let me figure out. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Now you see a PowerPoint slides screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for taking time to attend this session. And I did spend last time talking about data entity, data integrity, or entity framework. Today, the topic I'm going to talk about is developing SQL Server database in Visual Studio. Another way to call it is a SQL Server Data Tool. All right. And this is the agenda. The first is the brief introduction of myself. And since I did this last time, so I'm not going to talk too much. So quickly get through it. And brief introduction of Lexing, the company I work for. Then I will move on to SSTD, what it is, what it does it mean to developer, what does it mean to different roles like a DBA, like a system administrator, different roles, and how to manage a post-deployment script with database object in SSTD, what does it mean to me from unit test point of view, from deployment point of view. Then for existing database, how do we start, right? Then conclude the discussion with question, answers, some information, right? This is what I'm trying to talk. I think I want to skip this because I talked last time. This is the company I work for. The company used to call Systems in Motion. Now they name it as Lexi. There's no purchase or acquisition, just the big boss believe they want to change the name, right? And one important part is Lexing is the largest pure play domestic, they call it technology service provider. Normally people call domestic service. We say we are domestic because we don't send job overseas. And the company enjoying very rapid growth. Was established, funded in 2010. In the beginning, only like 25 people. As of today, we have 500 plus people, right? We are constantly hiring people. Actually, as a matter of fact, one of our past member going to work for the company probably Monday or Wednesday. And she's a database architect, joined the company as database architect. Right? So if any of you are interested looking for a job, go to the website and apply for whatever position they have. If you'd like me to pass over the resume, I'm happy to do so. Okay, so now go back to SSTD, right? So actually SSTD is, as a name of SSTD is just very recent, started from 2012. But this technology has been there since 2005. So for me personally, I worked on that time called database project. Now we call it SSTD. I worked on that since 2005. So I have around 10, 11 years experience with this tool. So I might be biased because I love it so much, right? So just bear with me. That I just go back a little bit about history. In Visual Studio 2005, Microsoft released a project template called Database Project. This database project can be used to manage any relational database with OLEDDB driver. If you have Oracle, MySQL, of course, including SQL Server, even Sybase, Informix, they manage it, right? They offered this tool, so-called database project, under the name of Team Edition for Database Professional GDR. And that is not free. That software, together with Team Edition, that time I remember price goes around 3,000 to 4,000 range. So that time it is good. The reason I can use it, that time I worked for Microsoft, I get my MSDN, like a top level, my MSDN subscription. So everything in MSDN, I can get it. So the money, I didn't feel it, but that time probably is not popular because the price keep the most of people out. Then in Visual Studio 2008, Microsoft released SQL Server project. You notice that different project. This is called database project, right? 2008, they released the SQL Server project. This is specifically for SQL Server. And that software was released as part of the Visual Studio Team System 2008 Database Edition. So again, it's Team Edition, Team System that go with Team Foundation Server. So it's pretty pricey, around $3,000 to $4,000 per license. If you buy from together with MSDN, you pay like $8,000 for 2 years MSDN subscription with this software. Again, I use that a lot because it's not a program for me. That time they support SQL Server 2000 and 2005 on that, right? So that was 2008. 2008, now you can download for free. That software is same again, System 2008 Database Edition, GDR2. That supports SQL Server 2008 R2. Because 2008 and SQL Server 2008, SQL 2008 R2 seems there are some fundamental difference. Some specific software only can run in R2, right? So you can go here, download it if you have like an upgrade. If you already have System 2000, Team System 2008 Database Edition, you can download the R2 upgrade. Time move on to Visual Studio 2010. Then in 2010, Microsoft further developed database capability by adding one more project template. Instead, on top of managing database, they enable you to manage a database server. So this is SQL Server 2005, 2010, or 2005, 2008, or 2000. And that's why I put a 2000X project. In addition to SQL Server 2000 database project, we provided for the server project. Server project managing those logging and shipping, the log shipping, all kinds of server. For example, someone changed the database object, they want to be notified. That kind of thing. It's meant for DBA. Okay. Something good is that they add the feature for you to manage the database server effectively. Something bad happened. They took the database project they originally in 2005. See that? They took it away. Then when in 2010, I was using this for an Oracle project when I worked for a company called Shares Food. Then I realized that 2010 don't have that database project. So I used 2010 to write Visual C# code. I used Visual Studio 2008 to manage Oracle database using the one in 2008, which doesn't exist in 2010. Right? It is a basically marketing strategy. Okay, in 2010, they have 2005 database project, 2005 server project, 2005 visit, all kind of from 2005 to 2008, right? You even can manage the CRI project, but you notice that there are multiple project templates. You pick one, you stick with that one, you cannot switch. So you start a project with 2005, you cannot just change the property and point to 2008. You choose the template, you stick with it. That was 2010, right? Okay, now come to 2013, 12, 15. You notice that you only have one database project, SQL Server database project in the screenshot. There, you don't have like 2005, 2008, or 2012, whatever it is. By doing this, they only offer you one template. You can choose the project template, project property, to switch from one version to another. that make you migration very easily. So this is the latest feature, right? Now, starting from Visual Studio 2012, I would say started from year of 2012, 13 and the SQL Server 2012 release, Microsoft remarked the database project or SQL Server project as an independent product called SSTD, SQL Server Data Tool. And the best of it, they make it free for all. Remember, I just said that before 2012, that was 2010, all the database tool in Visual Studio is shipped with so-called team edition of Visual Studio, costs around $3,000 to $4,000 per license. From 2012, they remarketed this called SSTD, and they make it free. And even better, for every previous version of the data tool, they released for free. So if your code base is still in Visual Studio 2010 or your code base in Visual Studio 2012, you can go this link. I will provide this PowerPoint slides to Sarah, then she can put the share and driver for everybody. So you can get the link of this. But actually, you know what? You just do a Google and find them. The key points that used to be $3,000 to $4,000 per license, now it's free. So that's the point. The SQL Server data tool are gaining ground, become much popular, much well used because it is free. Okay, so let's go to SSTD. What it does for us? It provides an environment where we can develop, manage, and version control database objects, including tables, views, store procedures, triggers, CR, assemblies, schemas, anything, right? It provides build process to verify the integrity of the database when changes are made to the database project before you touch your SQL Server. Give an example. Let's say you want to change a column name of a table, right? You may not know how many stored procedures are impacted by that change. You may not know how many views reference that column, how many other tables reference that column. All you know is that you want to change the column name, right? Before this SSTD, what you do, you go to SQL Server to alter the table, change the column name, then you pray, and you remember every other places that you need to change them one by one. Happen you forgot one, boop, you got a stop procedure error. Boop, you got a view, give you data error, right? So that's the old time. With this, you're going to change the name. After the change the name, you say build. Visual Studio build to find out that column, any other places, reference some column that doesn't exist. They give you the compiling error like you do in C# or Visual Basic or VB.NET. So they tell you the column your reference doesn't exist. Then you realize that, oh yeah, I made a mistake. I should change them all. So those kind of management of development environment, they never exist before SSTD or before you engage into this database project, right? We use most of the database guys, like myself included. I started working on database in 2003, 2004 time. The first database I used is Oracle. And that time we do data modeling using a software called ERVIN, E-R-V. I loved the software, the product. I don't know if you guys use it. I used it a lot. I loved it so much. But one thing it doesn't do is that it doesn't do anything with data. they only manage the database objects. Basically, they only manage DDL, not DML, right? So, but this guy, SSDT, not only managing the DDL, they also managing the DML, so-called post or prior deployment script execution, so that you can so-called seeding the data into your database, right? So that when you, like we do development, application development, we want some data. Otherwise, no data in database is almost useless. Our application cannot run. But I just put the script into this project together with the DDLs. They all run the correction script, correct table, correct column, correct views, correct indexes, everything. They also run insert scripts so that I have the data for me to run my development or run my production, right? Remember, I will say maybe in this forum, not many of you used this before. I'm sure you guys are managing many databases under your watch, right? So how to start? How to get to it? Don't expect me to spend hundreds of hours to establish this project before I can get a benefit of it. So what they did is that they provide a project wizard. Later on, they teach a term called import. So you can import your database script from existing database, from existing SQL scripts, then establish the entire database project, right? So let's say another scenario is that you had a database. You had a database project. You managed in the best way you could, but maybe someone else don't. One of your colleagues did something in the database, but they didn't update your database project. So this guy provides two-way synchronization between the database and the database project, between the database projects, or between databases and databases. So this guy provided almost anything that Irving or Visio provides. The only thing they do more is much more sophisticated, much more friendly to development team, to DBA team, to almost everybody, deployment team. Honestly speaking, since 2005, I'm personally, I quit using any other tools when I manage a database project. This is the only tool I use. Even I don't get diagram, that kind of feature, but I got a diagram in other ways, right? So those are the highlight of the so-called my sales pitch, right? So I will say it's very good for me. I believe it will be good for you. So let's say I'm a database developer, right? Database developer, if you don't have this project, you managing the individual script files by yourself, right? You will not have like a version control check-in, check-out integrated with Management Studio. I know you could, but it's not as friendly as like out of box as this one. I can manage the entire database as a whole rather than one individual script or another individual script. So, and also I can version control them individually. In Irving or even in Visio, the entire database is one big file. That big file is difficult to trace who changed what. But if I make each table one file, each store procedure one file, each insert script one file, I group them into one big project. I can go to version control TFS or SourceSafe or CRV or whatever version control you have. You look for the history, who did what and for what purpose. That is very good feature for application developer, right? So remember I mentioned that you can use build to verify the changes before you deploy the changes to any instance of database, right? You can automatically, almost like effortless, I can show you how easy it is to publish the changes. They call it publish, and the normal terminology called deployment. So let's say you made some changes to your database project. You want to push your changes to the database. In the past, what you do is that you need to manually prepare the so-called data script, right? You cannot drop the table, delete it, create a new table because you might lose the data. All you can do is that you manually alter the table, add a column, alter the table, and change the column name or change the column type. Then at the same time, you maintain your master copy of the script. So you have two set of versions, the scripts to manage. But with this, you don't need to. This guy will generate the deployment script or incremental script for you automatically in just with one button click. So let's say supposedly I'm in charge of deployment process. For example, I'm in part of the release team, right? So I will no longer need to maintain the incremental script. I will say manually maintaining the incremental script become the things in the past. I can run the deployment process on the fly, just one button click. Or I can generate the deployment script. Instead of manually create the script, I can generate the script and hand it over to someone to run it. I can use post-deployment script to generate data for the database. Then I can create different deployment configuration they call population profile for development, testing, staging, production, whatever. So just one button click, select one of the deployment profile, here you go, right? And I can, if I'm like, I don't know you guys, I'm doing most of the .NET solution with SQL Server. So I can do the same version control with my application code together with the SQL Server database project. So I branch the code, I enable the code, I push the code. So the code and the SQL Server database project always in sync. I can roll back, I can do anything, just this tool is like in harmony. So we don't have the situation that, oh, application and the database is not matched. Application expect that column to be ABC, but the database project make it DEF. For this case, it will never happen because you always stay together. Then we can write unit tests on the database. We can write unit tests on the code to test those matching between database code and the C# code or VB.NET code. So that for deployment process, less problem, less trouble, less manual activities. And one more thing, every time Microsoft release something, in the old time, people were saying that Microsoft doesn't do a good job in doing documentation or best practice. Microsoft, since this is what? This is 2012, 2013. This screen is 2013. What they did is that they provide some kind of guidelines for example, Microsoft database design rules, naming rules, performance rules, right? They can, based on your design and your database project, they can run those code analysis like you run the code analysis on your C# or VB.NET code to identify the violations in your database project, whether it's a store procedure, whether it's trigger, whether it's table name, whether it's view, tell you which name was not named properly, which performance was not considered properly, so that before you send this database, this code to database to run any test, this is a static analysis of your database project to tell you this is not good, that is not good, you want to change it. So that make SQL Server database development is like the first class citizen like C# or VB.NET code. Those features provided for C# VB.NET long ago. I would say maybe 2000, yeah, 2000, I would say 2005 .NET 2.0 time. They provided this, right? But the code analysis for SQL Server was only added in Visual Studio 2013, I would say. So those are the, if you have not used it before, I would say you want to try it, right? So now what happened if as I said, we have not done this before. Probably most of the audience in this forum have not done this before. So first, remember I have the link. You can download all those software to your local box, no charge, free, right? So after you have those software, next is how do you get started, right? This guy's Visual Studio 2015, the SSDT for Visual Studio 2015 supports all the way back to SQL Server 2000. And the most recent ones is SQL Server Azure, SQL Server 2014. If you only use Visual Studio 2013, then it supports 2012, 2008, 2008 R2, 2005, and 2000. Right? If you want to use the newest version of SQL Server, Azure and SQL 2014, you want to use SQL Visual Studio 2015, right? So let me pause for a while before I jump to demo. Any questions so far?
Peter, there's some question, but pretty much well, they were wondering if
yeah, go ahead.
they were wondering if the Power Pivot, the PowerPoint slides will be available.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
As always.
Okay, cool. I can yeah. After you send me the slides, I will post it on our chapter website.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Any other questions?
That's it.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
So let me.
I have a question here, please.
Go ahead.
Okay, you just said we can use Visual Studio 2015, and it has all the new features. My question
Yes.
is, if I use Visual Studio 2015 and to design SSIS package or SSS, multi-dimensional model or tabular model, but the server I'm going to deploy is 2012, will that cause issues? Because it's different version, no?
No, it won't. It supports all past versions.
Okay, so if I deploy to the server 2012, there will be no issue.
No issue. In fact, I did that all the time.
How about the 2008?
Yeah, actually, it supports all the way back to 2000.
Okay, okay, thank you so much. Okay.
Oh, there's another question just popped up.
Okay.
Frank asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I used Team Foundation Server before. At that time, it's developed by a different team. We can use it. In my current company, we don't have Team Foundation Server. So if I download SSDT 2015 for the version control purpose, do I need a server for Team Foundation Server, or I just use my local machine as a Team Foundation Server?
Let me offer you multiple answers. You don't, first, to make you comfortable, you don't have to use Team Foundation Server for version control, right? Because Visual Studio 2015 built in the connectors with GitHub, they can do anything. You can build. You still can use the old version of Visual Source Self. So in Visual Studio, you can configure your version control point to whatever it is. You can use CVS. You can use anything else. So that's first. You don't have to bound to use Team Foundation Server. Two, it will if you only like 5 people using it. That Microsoft, there's something called Visual Studio Online, which I would say is badly named. You should call it TFS Online.
Okay.
That account is free. You can register, use it for free. Like the code I'm going to show you is in Team Foundation Visual Studio Online or TFS Online. The only limitation is that you cannot set up a development team for more than 5 people. So if like me, I share my code with my wife, and she create an account, I create an account, I share my code with her, she shares her code with me, no problem. But if I do real business, I got 20 people to the project, I cannot. So if you only have less than 5 people, the best way is to put your code in Visual Studio Online, which not only for version control, they provide this whole suite of TFS functionalities for free.
Yeah, that is good. Just for I don't know my company policy. If they don't want us to put anything on outside of our company, so we have to keep the code inside. What's the solution?
Then you want to have your TFS or other version control solutions in your on-premise, which is not too terrible. I mean, I have my TFS server in my basement. Honestly speaking, I put my code over there. The thing is that you need to have some resource who are knowledgeable on TFS and need to capable of managing it, which also in some costs related to the license or that issue. So I would say in today's world, I don't know, I wrote my Chinese novel talking about cloud computing. In today's world, everybody goes with the cloud. In fact, I believe it's pretty safe. So your boss either spend tons of money or let you put your code in Visual Studio Online. Like for my company, we put our production code in GitHub outside our network. We put our code in Visual Studio Online, production code, commercial developed code. But the security is very good. It's like you go through Microsoft AD authentication. Nobody and it's an SSL encryption. It's pretty safe. The mindset I want to have everything local probably is like 5 years old. Today's mindset should be I need to be on the web and as long as it's safe. But if your company is interested to build up TFS, I have built up TFS server for multiple companies. We can talk. I can maybe help you do something like that. I started in my first TFS server was TFS 2005, then 2008, then 2012, then 2013, 2015. I just upgraded my server to 2015. I'm pretty good on that, right? For a small company, you can install everything into one box. For a big company, let's say you have 200 or 500 developers, you might want to separate the database server from the application server. You also might want to separate the build server from the version control server.
Peter, there's one more question. JM, would you like to ask the question yourself, or you would want me to read it out. You are unmuted. Okay, I'll go ahead and ask this question. What it says is this extension is only available for professional Visual Studio or not?
Actually, it doesn't matter. Even you don't have Visual Studio Professional. If you download the SSTD, they give you a Visual Studio kernel only does this. Because I said this is free, right? So if you download the SSTD for free, that version, and you don't even have a Visual Studio, that's the professional or community or anything. I mean, community is for free, it's fine, right? So they will give you a Visual Studio kernel shell to do this.
Okay, I think that's all we have for now.
Okay, so let's proceed with the demo. Right? This screen is showing screen, sharing screen. Okay, I leave this screen aside.
Peter, maybe later on you can provide the URL to download this.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is in the link.
Okay.
Where is it? Yeah, you see, it is all in, everything is clickable. So from 2010, 2005, 2012, 2013, 2015.
Okay. Once I get this slides, I'll post it online, then people can download.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Peter.
Yeah, welcome. So, okay, let's see what do I have here. I have Management Studio with my, I think this is SQL Server 2014. Right? I have 2012 locally installed, but this is 2014. So, as always, you would want to have this AdventureWorks sample database installed. Give you a lot of samples, right? So I took effort. I put that database. Used to be the AdventureWorks used to be installed as part of the SQL Server installation. Now things are normal. You need to download the AdventureWorks backup, then restore it to your local to your database. Then you need to do some move options.
Hey, Peter, can you blow this up a little bit? It's a little bit fuzzy.
Okay. Better?
Cool. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So, thank you. Sorry. And this is the AdventureWorks. I just sidetrack. AdventureWorks used to be installed as part of the SQL Server installation, but since SQL Server 2008, this thing is not included. You need to separately download the backup of the AdventureWorks database, then restore it back to your machine. Then some options you need to do to like a move file from one location to another. If you guys are interested, I can give you that script. I just did that with my wife. So, okay, so there's a SQL Server. And you will see I have another database called employee profile. Right? Basically, this is laying the groundwork so that I can demo the things that I want to demo. So come here, I have a database project. Let me put here.
Maybe you can change the percentage to maybe 120 or something. Right now you have it set at 100%. It's still a little bit small to see.
How to change that?
Oh, at the bottom of this panel. No, at the bottom of this panel right now, you have the code. It says 100%. Not there. Not in the menu. In the not on that side. And I was thinking this on the left side. At the bottom of the
Bottom,
pen.
left
Yeah.
side, left side bottom.
Not there. So
Oh,
you
here,
have,
here.
yes,
Okay,
right
okay.
there.
Okay, cool.
Thank
Right.
you.
So, yeah, welcome. So now if you look at that, I have a solution, right? This solution have an empty database, a called AdventureWorks, got nothing inside, right? So what I want to show you is that how do I establish the database project from the AdventureWorks database that we had, right? So let me show you how I do it. There's an option called import. I can import from 3 places: data tier application, database, or script. I have not tried this data tier application yet. Oh, it's something to do with the entity framework or something. I have not tried that. But I'm going to show you this. And this you can do it very easily, right? I said import from database, right? Then I choose a database. I said choose AdventureWorks, right? So I said import application scope object only, import referred object, import permission, which I don't really need to, import database setting, I don't need to. But most importantly, I want to import those database scripts, right? So I just say start. Okay, how long? Less than a minute, I would say, right? You look at the code here. They suck everything, anything in the database, put it in the nice structure under each schema. See that? Under each schema. Then they have the script for the security, which user, all that. Those are the schemas. Right? Create schema, right? So the security create schemas, and those are the tables, views, store procedures, triggers, anything, everything you have in the database, right? If you want to edit it like this way, the tabular format, you can do that. You want to edit it in the text format, you can do that. You can toggle it, right? You notice that I have the plus sign here. That means those projects under version control. If I check in, I have everything in the database now, right? So let's say I want to add another database, right? No, leave this guy aside for now, right? So this is the way I said, if you have not database, you do not have database project established. This is the fastest, reliable way to establish your database project, right? Then you start the version control, you are good, right? So this is the first, let me see, is it the first one on the demo?
Can I ask a question?
But go ahead, please.
Yeah, this import database project is very cool. Can we use this one for Oracle database?
Yes, I have the answer for you. Hold it. Now, okay, anyway, since you asked, let me put that. I didn't prepare for that. SSDT for Oracle. You saw that, right? Oracle released a product called Oracle Developer Tool for Visual Studio. See that?
Mm-hmm.
It is free. So you can download it, install it, good. Once you install that Oracle Developer Tool for Visual Studio, you will find that in your project template, there's one folder called Oracle. Under Oracle, you have Oracle Database Project. You have Oracle CRR project. You can write using VB.NET to write Oracle CRR project. You can use C# to write Oracle CRR project. You can use this SSDT to manage Oracle database.
So we need to download the Oracle Developer Tool for Visual Studio first.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, somebody wanted to know if this is for Oracle only or for also for other kinds of database, such as MySQL.
You see this way, Oracle Developer Tool for Visual Studio was not published by Microsoft, was published by Oracle. Like in Oracle, this Oracle Developer Tool for Visual Studio, the Mac Oracle database supports Entity Framework. It's Oracle. So if you say MySQL, there should be somebody like MySQL community write something like MySQL Developer Tool for Visual Studio. I personally am not aware of any. Honestly speaking, I spend much less time on MySQL than I should. So I'm not expert on MySQL space and can't provide much valuable advice for you. But the theory is that if MySQL offers tools for Visual Studio, I will expect them to support SSDT.
I guess since MySQL is part of Oracle now, I guess Oracle Developer Tools may also support MySQL, I guess.
No, at this moment, at this version, the version I'm just showing you, I don't have a MySQL project template. Only thing I have is Oracle.
Oh.
And maybe this is 2013 version actually. This is 2013. Maybe 2015 they have something better. I think these things changed. I did this when I did this. Was December 2014, I did this screenshot. Okay, so I mean MySQL I can't help you much. I'm not a MySQL guy. And okay, so let me look at the other presentation, the demo I have. Okay, now I'm going to make some changes to the database project. Then I push to the database. You can tell how easy, how simple it is. Remember, I have an employee profile database, right? So let's see what do we have here. Oh, I deleted that. Okay, good. So let's say I want to add a column. For example, I want to add a column called address.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Go ahead.
My question is, does the Visual Studio 2013 community version support Oracle DB as well?
Yeah, you get Oracle Developer Tool for Visual Studio, you will.
No, I mean community version.
Yeah, you see, so okay, let's say you have Oracle community version installed, right?
No, I'm talking about
SQL Server community version installed, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So first, you're going to download the SQL Server or Visual Studio community, whatever version, that's the 2015 or 2013, whatever, right? You install. Then you go and download the SSDT for the same version. Then you install. Then you download Oracle for Visual Studio tool installed, then you're good.
Can you repeat again? Sorry.
So step one, download. Let's start with Mac Visual Studio. Make it on Mac 2015, right? So you first download Visual Studio 2015 Community Edition installed. Then you download the SSDT for Visual Studio 2015, then you install. Then you download Oracle Developer Tool for Visual Studio 2015, then install. You are good to go.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, so let's see. I add a column called address, right? And if you look at my current database, I don't have that column, right? ID, name, email, agenda. I don't have that, right? So how normally before this, what you need to do is that you need to create a script called auto table, then add column with the address, right?
Yeah.
With this tool, I don't need to do that. All I need is, first I want to build it, make sure it is good. Right, still build. You see that? Build success, right? So then I'm going to publish. Then remember I mentioned that you can have different profile, point to different location. So for this is point to my local box. You can edit this profile, save as another profile, point to whatever it is. So you don't need to every time change those things, right? And remember I said you can generate a deployment script, toss to someone to run it, or you can on the fly publish to a database, right? So let's choose publish to database. What's the program? Error, let's see error. Column name and number is supplied. Oh, I know why. Because I add a column. Once I add a column, my insert script doesn't have the column, right? So they tell me, so this is a good case. If I just add a column, I want to make sure everything else is good before I can deploy it, right? Because I have the scripts here, employee table, insert, right? Then I don't have the column. So I better not to do that unless I modify this script on the spot. So let's make another changes just to make it for fun. So I'm going to delete this guy. And then I change the email address to 100. Right? Let's do that. Right now it's 50, right? So let's build again. Every time before you deploy, you better build. You have to build. Because only when you build, they generate the script. Right? So let's say I do the publish. I load the profile. Publish. Good. Right? I didn't even need to write auto table employee, change the column size from 50 to 100. Right? I didn't do that, right? So now if you look at this database table, right? Okay, so this is the second point I want to demo. The third, I want to show you the post-deployment script. So under, if you create a database project, they created the structure for you. Storage, it's a script place. Yeah. So you create a folder called scripts, right? Under scripts, let's say we add scripts. Add script, right? So you add a script. There are two different kinds of scripts, most different from others. One called post-deployment script, one called pre-deployment script. those scripts will be executed in the process of the deployment build. So pre-deployment script is the script to run before you publish your DDR changes. Post-deployment script is the script you run after you publish the DDR scripts, right? And those other scripts will be referenced. If you said build, this will be part of the build, like the database table scripts are there. If you said not build, means they are not going to build, but they run, right? So if you look at all my scripts here, I have a post-deployment script, which if you look at the property here, they say the build action is post-deployment. See that? Then if I look at other scripts, no, the build action is just nothing, right? So the post-deployment script will be executed as a post-deployment, and they have a specific syntax for you to call the scripts of other data, all the other scripts, right? They have some example here to show you this, right? So I have clean, which is here. I have employee, which is here. So you can manage the script file one by one, right? So if I want to add some, for example, proficiency or technology, let's say I'm going to add something there. Okay, so now we add those tables, right? This data. Let's go to the technology table. So we have 12 records, right? Android, Angular, all that stuff, right? So now, do we have an Oracle? We have an Oracle. So let's add a MySQL, right? So I'm going to add this. So I save it, right? Then I publish again. Success, right? So that. So you notice that I manage the DDR and I manage the DML in the same way, in the same project, in the same publishing process, right? Let's say I going. Okay, I have database. I have database project. I don't have. Let's say this way. Let's say. Yeah, already time. Let me do one last thing. Then we'll open for questions. Remember, I show you I can. No, not this one. Publish. Right. So let's say I load a profile, right? Then I edit the profile. For example, this server is my dev server, my QA server, right? Then of course I don't have that server. I just save it. Okay. So I save as QA, right? So now I have two profiles, right? So then if I come here, I do publish, I can say load profile, I have employee profile, QA employee profile, right? So I can manage predefined the population profile for different region. When I need to publish, I'm not going to type in the middle of the night. I just select them, boom, publish. See that? This is managing multiple configurations when you are doing publishing. I have one more, create database instance using database project. If you want to see that, I can do that. Or if you prefer to start open for question and answer, I can do that as well. Any suggestions? What I'm going to do is that I'm going to delete the employment database from my database server. Then I use publishing to publish the whole thing out. Actually nothing, it didn't, from publishing point of view, doesn't do anything. So let me show you there's one option here. Edit, refreshing. Oh, this is data tier project. You can create data tier project here. I have not used it before. And you also can build CLR objects point to connect to your like a C# or VB.NET assemblies. Remember, there's a place to publish. Yeah. See, I can drop the database, always recreate database. So whatever you have, I don't care, just drop them. So if you don't have, I still drop them. So every time I can create a database. So I can back up database before deployment. I can always recreate. I can block incremental deployment if data loss might occur. All those options here. Right? Last thing I want to show you is that if I go here, there is something called schema compare. Then schema compare, basically you compare two places, right? You either can compare two projects or two databases, or compare between database and the projects to tell you what are the differences. Then you can use this arrow in the middle from left to right, right to left, push one button, boom, they sync. So this is the schema comparison. With that, I'm about to conclude the demo. No, I still have two more slides. Sorry. So I conclude the demo. Then let's move on to others. So I want to give you the highlight on what's new in SSDT for Visual Studio 2015. Right. First, they can declarative model design for database development. You can see that, right? And second, they integrate the tools with the modern language service. Remember, you see that you can put a C# written store procedures as part of database project. That's one thing I have not shown you. You can use this SSDT direct connect to your database and make on-the-fly changes without database project. So this is called connected model. Let me show you that. So once I have, that's this project, right? I have two data, SQL, right? Connect database, connect servers, right? Once I connect the database, I can, through the Server Explorer, direct make changes to the database under the watch of this SQL Server Data Tool management. So that's the one. Then they can target the SQL up to SQL Server 2014 and the SQL Server Edge. And they can detect and manage database object changes. Remember, we do sync to find the difference, right? Then they integrate the application deployment with database deployment. Just now you saw it. I can put them in one project, in one solution. I can push them together and enable them together and branch them together. Right? Those are the new features 2015. So remember we asked what happened with Oracle. I have the answer for you for Oracle, but I don't have answer for you for MySQL. Probably we will in the future, near future. Right? Those are my blogs on SQL Server, my generalized blog and blogs, my email, my Facebook, my Twitter. I don't use much Twitter, but I do a lot with my LinkedIn and the blog. Right? So if you want to get a hold of me, those are the ways to get a hold of me. But my Chinese novel is not here. I'm not going to publish here. Okay, so I have done two topics. One is data integrity and data normalization. One is this SSDT. I could give you some talks in the near future if you feel like it. One is SQL Server and the cloud. One is the SQL Server 2014 new features. The last one, probably you guys already know that, .NET functionalities in SQL Server. Right? With that, I conclude. Any questions? Open. Anybody have any questions you want to talk? Or suggestions or anything?
Yeah, if okay, GGB, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question, Peter, here. So normally, so I'm a developer, so I really don't have chance to publish or deploy something directly to a production. So what we normally do, for example, if I need changes field store procedure, I will use SS Management Studio and to test in the dev, then generate a script from Management Studio for QA, then for production. So what after listen to what you just introduction about this SSDT, it seems like instead of using a Management Studio, I can just generate all the script from the SSDT.
Yes, you're right.
So in that way, I don't need to worry about I have to say make sure I'm deployed. Right. This is for QA, and this is a production, right?
No. Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
your
that's
life is much easier.
Yes, because it's every time it's like have to be very careful what which ones goes to QA, which ones goes to production. Okay.
Yes. So this is easy, right? So you just change your profile. You can remember I said I publish the screen next to publish. I have another button called generate script, right? If let's say you don't have access to the QA database, to production database, but you can use the dev database to generate the script, then toss it over to them. They can run a script in dev, they can run a script in QA, they can run a script in production.
Oh, I saw when I generate script, I saw you choose. I can choose the kind of which server it pointed to, right? So in the script, you will say it will
No.
it.
No.
Well, no.
no, because those is not only database. Or maybe your dev database and the production database in different server, right? So your script has to be run in a target server in the target database. That script generated out, it doesn't have that like using connect to which database or using which database server. It doesn't do that. So you need to open up Management Studio or command line, then find your right database, the right database server, then execute that script.
But if in this way, then I don't see much advantage. Why? Then what? I thought when I generate script in SSDT, it will include like the server information or database.
You think
it doesn't.
You think this way. If you work on the project for like 2 months, let's say, you changed maybe 100 stored procedures, 200 views, and 20 tables. And this guy generated the auto script on the fly, like 2 minutes. If you manually maintain them, even you manually generate those auto script in Management Studio, it will take you a week to do it. The only thing they don't give you is that they don't know where is the database server you want to point to. So they generate the script. You just need to use Management Studio, point to right server, point to right database, open the script, run it. But the script itself is all completed.
So it's for a big project, it really helps. But for okay.
If your project only 5 tables and 5-6 stored procedures, well, even you use text notepad, you can manage it, right? This is, I mean, we are talking about commercial level application. Like the system I have 8 databases, 200 tables, 900 stored procedures. So you tell me, if I don't have this, if I manually add a column, change the column name, or add another table, it's almost impossible. I have to have a full-time employee to work on that. But for this, I just like, as my sideline job, I'm managing my database project like this.
I have a question about the scripts in your project. Can you show that screen again? Yeah. So in the script part, you show us an insert script. So in addition to insert data to the tables, what other usage for the scripts here? Or
actually,
what
you can do insert. You can do like, for example, in this employee, basically I'm loading data from other places to this database. Basically, any SQL script you want to run, maybe update, maybe insert, maybe delete, anything.
So for this script, each time you publish the database project, this script will run automatically, or?
Yes, automatically. This is the way they make it run.
Okay.
I have a similar question.
Sure, please.
So that script is generated automatically?
No, you're right.
I thought it on the top is showing the PostScript template.
Yeah, the template is, you have the template. Let me add one more. Let me show you one more, right? Let's add new item. Let's no, not this one. Let me show you. Add script. Then I choose post deployment script, right? So let's say new script. Right? So you see there, these are the template they show you. Then you start to write after that. Right? So normally what I do is just copy this piece. I copy this piece and put here, then change the name.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Got it? Yeah.
What I understand, SDT is like running on the fly. So
you can make it on the fly. You can make it generate script, tossed over to someone to run it.
No, this is similar like running Visual Studio. You have the schema, database schema, but it automatically generate the script for you.
Yeah.
The database model will be generated.
Yeah, but you need to design your database, right? So which table and which column you decide, right?
Yes.
So what it does is that you don't need to write the data, the incremental script. You always design your database model as it is. Whenever you need to publish, they generate the deployment script automatically.
Okay. Because sorry, I just jumped in the middle. I didn't see the previous part.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I started when you're showing the demo. So after you import a database, then all the SQL.
Yeah, you want to see how I import database?
Yeah, you import. Yeah, after you import database, those SQL is you wrote. Well, I thought it's generate automatically.
Which script?
I don't know that at the beginning you're showing.
Okay. Let me do this way. Right? Let me do this way. Undo pending changes. So okay, now I have this Adventure Works database project, got nothing inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I say import. I import from database. Then I choose a database. Right? So then I say start. You see how many steps? Like 4,000 steps, right? So this thing, if you marinate doing it, I don't know how long does it take for you, how reliable it is. And this guy only did it. So now those are the generated ones. See that? Under each schema, you have a folder. Then put the table, store procedures, UDF, UDT in the right place.
So that's the function store procedure. Those is generated automatically
from the database.
From the database. Great.
Yeah. Yes. I didn't write anything, right? Just now I removed all of them, right?
Yeah. Well, what about the your cursor point to department?
Everything underneath here is generated by that import process.
Oh, great.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Yeah. So the script you wrote. You're showing later the script you load a kind of post script.
Yeah, the one you write yourself.
Okay.
The one you write yourself.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Peter, I have another question. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You go ahead first. Sorry. For the version of SQL Server, let's say if I have a database in SQL Server 2012, but my production server is 2008. My dev server is 2012. If I develop something database project in SQL Server 2012, can I import to here and then publish to production server, which is 2008?
You could. It works, but you have some danger. if you are saying you are designing your database using SQL Server 2012, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And SQL Server 2012 has some new features 2008 doesn't have. For example, sequence, right? So if you happen to use those features that doesn't exist in 2008, when you publish 2008, you will get trouble. But if you use SQL Server 2012 in the way like SQL Server 2008, that's fine.
Okay. So if there is any problem, will the system show reminding?
Yeah, we will tell you deployment error.
Okay. Yeah. That's my question. Thank you.
I have a similar questions, but it's kind of migration here. If I want, I have a database at SQL Server 2008, and based on the import database, it's kind of migration database. So I like to migrate to the database from 2008 to 2012. Can I use an import this function?
Yes. Your case is different. You are saying that your source database 2008, you want to export it, import it from 2008, export it to 2012. Because SQL Server in the nature, the design is backwards compatible. So from 2008 to 2012, you're okay.
Yeah, but I mean the function for the import is similar like migration, right?
Yeah. But migration is, migration shouldn't be this way. Migration, you need to do this is you back up your database in 2007, then you restore your database to 2012 using the 2012 backup restore. Then you run the database check, DBCC check, to make sure your database is still in the good state. This is meant for database design changes.
Yeah.
Let's say you work some changes, add some new features in the dev database, then you want to push it to the testing, staging, or production. This is the way to do it. This is not meant for SQL Server version migration.
Mm-hmm.
SQL Server version migration, that's a different process.
Okay, so what kind of version should we choose if we, the different version, I mean, for different version of server, SQL Server 2008, 2012. So what kind of version for this SSDT we should choose?
I would say do the letters greatest.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one. Two is that you probably want to in sync with your .NET code. If your .NET code is still in Visual Studio 2013, then you want to use Visual Studio SSDT for 2013 so that they can manage it in one solution.
So it's based on the .NET Core.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Any more questions?
So in case I don't have Visual Studio, can I just directly download the SSDT and run it?
But okay, this way. Nobody don't have Visual Studio because Visual Studio Community Edition is available for download in every version you have. So you at least you have a community version of Visual Studio. Then you put SSDT on top of it. So you always have.
Okay.
I have a question for Oracle.
Hmm?
Oracle Developer 2015, is that free?
Oracle, just now I said, let me show you the list. PowerPoint. What I know is that Oracle Developer Tool for Visual Studio always be free since 2005 to 2003 time. So I will be very surprised when it comes to Visual Studio 2015 that tool become like chargeable. It is my believer that Oracle developer tool for Visual Studio that's specifically 2015 is free.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Jujubee, just a second. Let me try to find you first. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. Peter, I just want to make sure I understood right. Could you put the slides about the support? The slide's title is for existing database, how to start. Yes, exactly. Yes. So what you're seeing here, you said there is a Visual Studio 2015 supports.
Mm-hmm.
This is means from Visual Studio 2015, it can import all the project from those servers, right?
Yes. It also means you can deploy to those servers.
Okay. Okay. Only means for database project.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I got it.
I have a question, so should I jump in the middle? So what's the benefit you use SSDT versus using SQL Server in the backend for Visual Studio?
The key portion is that they manage the database as a project so that they provide version control, they provide building process, they provide deployment process, they provide post-private deployment script execution, they provide import wizard, they provide two-way synchronization operation. And those are the ones that SQL Server Management Studio doesn't do.
It is very similar to used to run the integration services, right?
Yeah. I'm not declining that, but it's just more integrated.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, I don't see more questions. If any of you have more questions, you can either email Peter directly or send email to our chapter email. I can forward your question to Peter. Thank you so much, Peter, for the great presentation. It's very informative. I think everybody appreciate your effort and time to share the knowledge with us. Thank you. Thank you so much. And also, thank you everybody for attending this seminar.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, the recording, after I converted the recording, I will post it on the YouTube, and the link to the YouTube will be available on our chapter website if you need to see that. And after Peter sent me the slides, I will also post the slides on our website.
Tomorrow morning I will get the slides to you.
Yeah. Would you also like to share the code as you mentioned somewhere?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I can zip the code to you.
Okay. Yeah, then yeah, once I receive that, I will also post it on our chapter website. So you can go to visit our chapter website to download the slides and the code, and also the link to the YouTube video. Okay, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you again, Peter, for sharing the knowledge. This is very informative and very well received, I'm sure. Thank you, and good night, everybody.